Adam Cain is serving with Mission to the World in Tegucigalpa, Honduras.
Good morning. I am Adam Cain. I'm serving with Mission to the World in Honduras, along with my wife, Michelle, and our two boys, our two teenage sons. My wife and I met in college at a university called Texas Christian University, also known as TCU. And a couple of years ago, our alma mater played in a fairly important football game against your Georgia Bulldogs. And we don't have to rehash the whole game. Let's just say that it didn't go the way I had hoped. And whenever I've thought of Georgia, it just brings up feelings of shame and embarrassment. And so I'm reminded of Paul's words when he says, "Brothers, I have intended to come to you before, but until now I've been prevented." But I had nothing to fear because you all have been wonderful, and no one has brought up that game. No one. You are a people full of mercy. So thank you. We serve in Honduras, a country right in the middle of Central America, home to about 10 million people. 10 million people and one Presbyterian church to serve the country. Our hope, our vision, what we feel that God is calling us to do is not to establish just one church, but many churches, and that there would be a Presbyterian denomination established in Honduras. So that's what we're laboring towards. We have a church, and we focus on being faithful to the Word, preaching the Word, praying the Word, confessing the Word, even seeing and tasting the Word in the sacraments. And I love your mission slogan, exalt, equip, and engage. The church I'm a member of in Florida has that same phrase. And I don't know where it comes from. I've asked at both churches, so if anybody knows if there was an origin for that, please share it with me. And I especially like it because I can use it in Spanish. I can translate it and use it there as well. And that's really our focus, that we would start with our worship, having biblically sound worship that exalts Christ, and that in that body we would equip people to then go out and engage the world around us. But for what purpose? That they, in turn, would recognize Christ, exalting him, that those outside the church would become members of our church, that we would be one. And at that point, the cycle has begun again, and those people can be built up, equipped to then go out and engage the world around them. So thank you very much for partnering alongside of us in that work. You've all supported us for, I think, about a year and a half now, and we're grateful for your partnership in the gospel. Some things that you can pray for. We are starting for the very first time in our church to train up and elect officers. We've had nominations, and we expect that this process will be long and slow because this is very, very new. None of our people have come from a church where there's been elder leadership. So not just for those that are trained up, but for the entire church, that this would be a process of learning for all of us. Also, in 3 weeks, we're going to have an ordination service. It's going to be my ordination service, April 6th. I'd ask that you'd pray for that. I asked my presbytery in Florida about that service if we could host it in Honduras, and they agreed. So they're going to send a commission of elders to Honduras that we could share that ordination service with the people where we've been laboring for 12 years and where we will continue to labor, that we can share that, and that'd be something where people can see and experience, oh, this is a man that is under authority, and it's not just that Adam gets on a plane and somehow American Airlines ordains him and he comes back a pastor. So that's just be in prayer for the logistics, that those elders would be able to arrive and that would go well for our church. And then most immediately, this afternoon, we partner with a ministry outside of Tegucigalpa. It's a home for disabled people, about 70 people from children to adults, either mentally or physically, or for the majority of cases, both, mentally and physically handicapped. And they don't have an opportunity to worship on a regular basis. So we're going to go mobile with our evening service and go worship with them. So please be in prayer for those logistics. Pray that it would be impactful for the people of our church as they minister to those in the home. And then, of course, that everyone would hear the gospel and be transformed by it. Thank you all very much.